Welcome to Political Cadence for February 22nd, 2026. And the news this week, we had some really down moments and some uplifting moments, I think. I think that the rebuff by the Supreme Court of Trump's reciprocal tariffs kind of, put the spring in the step of a lot of people in this country, that finally we had a rebuke of something that was so integral to his diabolical plans.
Mm-hmm.
That on the surface it was like, finally we're seeing some traction. We're seeing some real traction. Like we've been seeing breaks in the seams for weeks with certain things that had taken place in the media and in other spheres of influence, but to see the actual Supreme Court, who's ostensibly in the hip pocket of the president, actually vote 6-3 to rebuff these tariffs was fantastic. That was not only it wasn't just a symbolic event; it was actually impactful.
It was definitely a victory for the American people, for sure.
Right. Mm-hmm. Who are continue to pay these ridiculous prices. I went and bought coffee the other day, $15 for a canister of coffee, for Christ's sake.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good, very good.
Yeah, well,
Well, is it a 27 ounce canister? And we did have a coupon,
It's
so it was $2 off.
the pound and it's $6.99.
Okay.
But I mean,
Do you get ground coffee or bean?
I get ground.
yeah.
That we got to return that coffee grinder, by the way. Honey, I'm sorry. Can you turn that light off?
Every economic
That's better.
Every economic metric, everything that comes out, and what anybody who's sane understands is that the American people are paying for these tariffs.
Mm-hmm.
And they tried to play a shell game. They're talking about no, we're charging Colombia for the coffee. We're charging. They've been taking advantage of us for all this time. They've been treating us like assholes.
We're paying the tariffs because they just raised the price.
Because, right, the company,
and nobody's going to be growing coffee in America.
They don't absorb the tariff. They pass it along to the consumer.
Is that a thing,
Yeah.
Aaron? Coffee grown in America?
Yeah, Hawaii.
No.
Hawaii?
Well, yeah, Hawaii.
Yeah,
but
but
that's about it.
that's it's still the same price for Kona coffee from Hawaii. Actually, the coffee coming from Hawaii, I looked
still
that up.
essentially importing it. Yeah.
Right. Technically, they're it's shipping, and shipping costs from Hawaii is up there. It's not like they could throw it on a truck.
Yeah, it's
like
basically a
add a
domestic
tariff to them.
import.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, this was a beautiful thing because reports came out immediately after this news that Trump was beside himself, that he was absolutely inconsolable, livid. Yes, he had to speak before a group of I can't honestly say what they were, except that they were Republican.
They were evangelicals.
Evangelicals. He had the media removed, even though it was probably the de facto state authorized media anyway. But he still had them removed because he went into a tirade in front of these evangelicals about having been stabbed in the back by his Supreme Court members that he had appointed himself. And
Mm-hmm.
so,
and he's like, they should just be ashamed.
right.
And I'm
He
like,
called it disgraceful and called them basically disloyal.
mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
The law's the law, man.
Right.
Exactly.
And like John Roberts, he arguably is responsible for this bullshit to begin with, but for giving Trump the immunity or, being the deciding vote on that, I believe. But
Between him and Clarence Thomas.
Yeah. But, he separated with Thomas on this. It was Thomas and Kavanaugh, and I forget who the other one who sided with the president against Roberts. I thought Gorsuch was opposed. I thought, yes. I thought Gorsuch was a president.
Yeah,
And,
Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Thomas, all three dissented.
okay. But Kavanaugh not only dissented, he gave, well, I say this, but Trump, I'm sure, already had, he already knew what his action was going to be, his contingency if this were to ever take place. But Kavanaugh was kind enough to put it in his decision that there were these other alternative ways that Trump can levy tariffs. And so we find out this morning that he's going to take advantage of one of those.
Yeah, but keep in mind, guys, it's only valid for 150 days.
Right.
What is?
But that's 5 months.
The global tariff that he's imposing, which originally he said 10%, but then he turned around today and signed an executive order for 15%.
Right.
Yeah. Which means everyone who's listening, expect it to go up. Whatever it is, it's going to cost more.
Well, here you go. I did have a YouTube video I was going to play.
Okay.
Where he talks
about while you're
bullshit.
Looking for that, I just wanted to say we lost our Solomon last Saturday.
Yes.
I saw that. My condolences.
Very sad.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
I'm
Kavanaugh, Thomas, and Alito with the dissenters.
Alito, okay.
President Donald Trump has announced he's increasing the global tariff to 15%. This announcement came after he originally imposed a 10% global tariff on Friday after the Supreme Court ruled his sweeping tariffs violated federal law. This 15% tariff was announced on Truth Social today. He enacted the new tariffs under a trade law. However, those can only be in place for 150 days unless Congress were to vote to extend them. President Donald Trump has announced he's increasing the global.
All right. Well, so that kind of is just a quick reel about it. Now, what troubles me about this is that Trump already knows that they're in deep shit having to pay back the money, the $173 million, I think it is, $1,700 per American citizen that have been basically stolen from us.
Mm-hmm.
He already knows that's a problem. He's not starting to work on resolving that problem and how they're going to actually pay back this money that they stole. He
has no intentions.
He's doubling down.
No.
He's raising it from 10% to 15%. This man is out of control. I mean, he should be hard at work trying to figure out how the fuck he's going to fix this.
Yeah.
But he doesn't care because I guarantee you that money is in an offshore foreign bank account.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, not only not lifting a finger, but doubling down is absolutely infuriating because this was gone through the proper channels through the Supreme Court. It was actually, you have a ruling on it.
Mm-hmm.
And every president we've ever had would have honored that. In my opinion, even though he had this recourse in order to levy
the guy who
tariffs.
can never accept being wrong, though.
Right.
Right.
But to me, that's not in the spirit of the ruling. To me, it's even though he had these other avenues to go to levy the tariffs,
that doesn't matter
that
to
is
him.
not. That is not.
He's already made it clear, guys, that he doesn't give a damn what the Supreme Court decides. It's all about him, what he thinks, what he feels, and what he wants to do.
Well, that is only when they rule against him, of course.
Well, this is one of the most prime examples of a constitutional crisis.
Mm-hmm.
To me, he's circumventing.
He's unhinged.
He's circumventing what that ruling meant.
And keep in mind, guys, I said a long time ago that by the Supreme Court granting Trump presidential immunity, that they basically dug their own graves. And now part of this decision to do away with the tariffs and declare it unconstitutional was their way of trying to save face.
Mm.
In which on every time they tried to save face, they have failed and epically.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and here's another thing for you, Will. I heard somebody try to spin this that they were trying to save the president from himself, and by taking the tariffs away from him, they felt like it was a no-win situation, and they were trying to do a reset. That Roberts was actually doing him a solid, by voting against him in this. So that was totally rebuffed by the president. I'm sure that would be a difficult argument for him, but I don't know if that's the case either. I don't really know if I believe that, but it's
Nobody in their right mind would.
Yeah, but that's just an example of how they'll spin every goddamn thing to try to make it.
Keep in mind, this is not an administration. This is a straight up regime.
Mm-hmm.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've already got people going on record, not only within the media, but historians as well, stating that this is by far the most corrupt administration in American history.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't Andrew Jackson famously awful, but is that corruption? I mean,
Millard Fillmore too, but
Yep.
not like
What
this.
The thing was, Madison was
Millard
actually
Fillmore?
impeached.
Mm.
He was
Well,
the first
and
person.
I thought impeachment would
Johnson.
get them out, but it doesn't.
Nope.
No, it
Hasn't
doesn't.
yet.
Yeah.
This means they're tried.
Well, all of this is, well, maybe we should talk about Iran before we talk about the State of the Union, but because it does seem as though it's just a matter of time, and like within hours, maybe, or a day or two, that we're actually launching some sort of attack on Iran, because we have ships in place, we have the machines of war ready to go.
Yep.
Oh, let
the
me
thing is,
put something. Okay.
We got the two biggest carriers right now in the naval fleet: the Gerald Ford and the Abraham Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yes, he could pull them back. Another funny anecdote that I've seen, and who knows what's real and what's not anymore, that you read online, of course. But another thing I've read is that the leader of Iran has a video of Trump conducting, having sex with a minor or something, trying to blackmail him into not attacking. And then the alternate is that Putin, of course, has the same material that he will release if the alternate,
Can't read your hat.
if there is no attack.
7 Below Snow Removal. It's based on a
Okay.
fish song.
Ah.
Sweet. So I don't know, I don't know if that's true either, but it's just, these things continue.
I've been seeing that float around too. And you know what? If Iran does have it, show it.
Right.
Ted Lieu's
I
seen it, right?
gotta ask.
Senator Ted Lieu was talking about
Yep.
it this week.
You saw the video? Okay.
Did he see the video? Wow,
He
because
said
it did.
yeah.
Okay, I have a question. Do we have the $10 million peace committee situation? Why do they need $10 million to talk about peace?
It's
Or
a grant.
$10 billion.
It's
Exactly.
$1 billion
It's a
to
grant.
join.
So,
Yep.
Yeah,
It's a bribe to Trump.
okay, but that money's not going to America, is it?
Nope.
what the hell's it called? The Board of Peace or the
Board of
Oh, that's
Peace.
ridiculous.
It's insane.
It's
like
insane.
an oxymoron,
Yeah.
Yep.
And they can wait. So it's $1 billion to join. Did Trump have to pay $1 billion?
Nope.
Oh, hell
He's the
no.
one. He's the one that started it.
Where are you, Aaron?
You at the airport?
Airport Marriott in the lobby.
Oh, okay.
Sweet.
Okay.
Yep. And keep in mind, guys, while we were on the Epstein files, that Prince Andrew was actually arrested and released in the UK.
Okay.
Oh, they released him?
Yep.
So
That's
did
when
he
they
have an
showed him in the
arraignment
back
then,
of the-
or
Well, when they
Did he
showed him
have
in
an
the back of the cruiser, he's just sitting back all,
Yeah, I saw that. That was
Yeah.
that was not a flattering picture. But yeah,
I just
so a
walked by
number
a
of things are
headline, another
happening
big avalanche.
internationally.
Mm.
Another avalanche? Oh,
2
shit.
killed and
Where at?
2 injured in Utah avalanche.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yeah, they finally recovered the nine bodies from the first avalanche.
Was that
Is that
also
Tahoe?
Utah?
Yep,
think
it
that
was
was
in
Tahoe.
Tahoe. Yep.
I mean, this isn't pertinent to like politics, but my dad actually he would not live on a hill because when he was a kid, they lived in this house, and I think it was New Jersey. And because they lived in a few places, but what is it? They lived in this house, and the house fell down a hill while everyone was asleep.
Oh, jeez.
So it literally slid down a cliff.
Well, it makes you
And
wonder.
they woke up, and I mean, there was stuff broken. No one was injured, but it still scared the out of them.
But things like that make you wonder how the administration would react, because the disaster response is not their, it's not their bag, really. But, okay, so back to Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
There are a number of international jurisdictions, including Great Britain and France, I believe, that are talking about conducting their own independent Epstein investigations.
Well, Sweden also now.
Mm-hmm. So that could be.
Now, are these investigations aimed internationally so that the international court will get involved, or are they aimed internally to those countries?
I think right now it's internally to the country,
individually.
but it could go international.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could very well have a situation where American officials won't be able to go to certain destinations for fear of being arrested.
I'm okay with that.
For national security and diplomacy, what kind of condition is that for our government to live under? I mean, you got to have
not only
ability to travel.
Yeah, but not only that, but this could be what finally ties Trump to the Epstein files.
Right.
Besides his own appearance in them a million times.
Yes, right. Well, since we're not going to get any satisfaction on that, and Todd Blanche has announced that investigation is entirely concluded and over. They're not going to, they're going to redact whatever they can, whatever gets out there to redact or retract. I mean, how many documents got out there errantly that they had to pull back before somebody noticed Trump was mentioned?
And here's my thing. I kind of have to wonder why Ivanka's the daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why is she withdrawn completely?
Well,
that's a good question.
She's just gone. Was it something about her, or was it she doesn't want to come out and right out say that, her father's, but I have to wonder if she hasn't seen it.
Yeah. Silence is
I have
deafening.
to wonder. Yeah, the silence is deafening.
There's somebody in that family that
And
must
of course,
have some
it
integrity.
could have something to do with her husband.
Yeah, his niece, Mary Trump.
Yeah, Mary. I've listened to her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we can hope some things come out of those investigations or trials, but more than like, I don't know. Who knows how that's going to go? But
right.
It all is a really interesting background for the State of the Union that's coming up on Tuesday, I believe.
Do we want to do a special episode about the State of the Union? If we do that, I will actually watch the State of the Union.
Have you guys ever seen KY jelly in a vending machine before?
I have not.
No, but I hear it's delicious on sandwiches.
That's the Kentucky jelly.
Kentucky jelly.
Kentucky
That's
jelly.
nuts, man. Wow.
Well, instead of having a little store, they've got a vending machine.
Burbank rocks, man.
Well,
And
if anyone ever wanted to join the Mile High Club.
Is it the intense KY jelly, the stuff that makes it tingle? Or is it just the regular?
Is it barbecue or plain?
I'm not that familiar with the packaging. I'm gonna guess regular.
Okay. That's interesting.
That is it.
I actually used KY jelly once. I had there was a squeak in the wheel on my bike. And I used that on the bike wheel. My brother suggested I do that. He's 5 years older than me. Yeah.
Nice.
He probably, knew what KY jelly was for and thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say you put it with peanut butter.
No, I no. That was
Gilbert Gnarly, Gnarley.
Gilbert Gnarly,
He would.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He called up the company and told them that he wanted bigger jars because he used so much of it on his sandwiches. And the lady's like, "Sir, it's not. You're not supposed to eat that much of it."
I remember you and Tina went through some family drama regarding some KY jelly, or one of her, like her brother or something, got mad at because you had told a joke, or Tina had told a joke at dinner or something. You might not remember. It was not probably that big of a deal in your life, but it was funny at the time. But the State of the Union, it's interesting. It's going to be
hard
interesting.
jokes to pass up.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
The State of the Union, it's like, do you want to watch? I'm almost compelled to watch because I want to see if there's any kind of response, like the way that the Reverend
Jesse Jackson.
Well, no, the Al Green. Remember last time when Trump held his impromptu State of the Union, and Al Green protested it, and members of the Democratic side of the aisle didn't stand, and there was a lot of empty seats. It's just it'd be interesting to see how that's going to play out. On the other hand, I'm of a mind.
Colbert's going to be on live during it. Why don't you watch him?
Yep.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
I heard that Democrats are going to boycott the State of the Union, in which Trump's reply was, "I really couldn't care less."
Yeah, very good.
One interesting thought that I heard was give those seats to the victims of the Epstein files. Let them sit there and watch him, be right on top of him.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Can they do that?
I mean, it's open to civilians.
Can they? Yeah.
Feel
No,
like
but I
they've brought
mean,
people
can
in
they
like that before.
designate their? Okay. I love that
I'm
idea.
not sure though.
That is such a good idea. Anybody who's willing, that's a victim of a victim, that would be so cool.
Well, that's one of the
And
reasons.
also the family of Pretty and Good and that other one, Linda, and the other two that he killed, and the 5-year-old with the Spider-Man backpack.
Right.
Although that
Also-
wouldn't really go well. That's more torturing a 5-year-old.
Well, also, U2 released a song today called American Obituary, to where Bono actually mentions Good in the song.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. This in addition to the one that Bruce Springsteen released a couple weeks ago.
It's not a pretty good time
Minneapolis.
it's not a pretty good time in Minnesota. That would be a pretty good song lyric, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
These are awful lights.
Mm.
There's recessed lighting here.
Yeah.
And about every third one has LED lights in it, and they're really bright. You can see them shining off my head when I go in the right spot.
A little bit, yeah.
So is that
They're awful.
Is that just like an adjacent room there? Just a place where you can wait out
some random. There's all kinds of rooms.
Now, do you have a room at the hotel, or are you just hanging in the lobby?
Yeah, I've got about 15 more hours to kill before my flight.
Okay. Did you know that you can go into like the airport lounges that for like $24, and it's more comfortable, it's less crowded, and you can plug in, and some of them even have showers and little sleeping rooms.
bottle service, maybe?
I don't know about
this
bottle
is
service,
free.
but they have
This is free, and
apparently
I
they
can
have
leave.
really good food. Huh?
Free and you can leave. Yeah, that's
Well,
Free,
yeah.
and I can leave without checking back in.
right.
Okay. No, I'm just saying, for 24 bucks, you get a place
one
with a
joint
bed.
left to smoke before I go in there.
Okay.
So the State of the, because the State of the Union is going to be an hour or more. Who knows when this man gets started? It's going
like
to
a
be
freight train. There's no stopping it.
One lie after another, bullshit. Mike Johnson standing up and clapping every 5 minutes, or less.
Don't put yourself through it. Watch afterwards or watch something else that's kind of lampooning it during the.
There is an alternate one that's on independent media. I can't think. Steve Schmidt's involved in it.
I would like one that does.
Daily Show usually does something too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would like one, excuse me, that does clapbacks as it's going on, lie correction as it's going on.
That's hard to keep up with because there's so many in a row.
Yeah.
But if you could pull off like a Mystery Science Theater thing, that would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. There's probably people with quick enough wit that could probably pull that off. But I don't.
The other thing that popped into my mind is the scene in Real Genius when the kid goes into the class and there's every single desk has a recorder on it, and then he comes in the next day and there's a recorder on the teacher's desk. So there's a tape playing. It's not a recorder. It's one of those double reel things.
Yeah, reel to reel.
But yeah, it's a reel to reel. But it's playing the professor's lecture, and the recording devices are taping the. It's just funny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, all kinds of good ideas, alternate ideas to actually watching that shit show Tuesday night.
Yep.
But,
also something else that just came to mind that I saw earlier today is the deflection from the Epstein files. Trump is now releasing information on UFOs.
Right. Right. That's not any kind of diversion at all. He's getting to the nuts and bolts of what's important to this country right now.
Yeah. Attacking Iran and saying that there are UFOs.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, Aaron, something about Jeremy?
Yeah, I said it's food for his Jeremy base, the UFO stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have a podcast friend that bases his entire
crowd.
Yeah. The most important thing he's done is unleash these UFOs on people. But so there were other things that happened, of course, leading up to this. And one big event over the last 2 weeks was probably the hearing with Pam Bondi over the Epstein files. And that was a fiasco. That might be the worst showing of any, certainly Attorney General speaking in front of a House committee, but maybe any kind of appearance in front of a House committee. It was absolutely ridiculous. It's people that have known Pam Bondi for a long time are actually surprised that she's gone the transformation to this monstrous person who kind of mimics everything the president tries to do. And they're surprised that to see that in her, but it's really stunning that someone can sit there and think they can get away with that line of bullshit. It's astonishing.
Yeah, because I mean, the woman had to bring a binder of insults for each and every Democrat on the panel.
That was hilarious.
And then when it came time for the Epstein survivors to stand up, Bondi did not have the balls to turn around and actually look at and address these people. She just sat there the entire time with her back turned toward them like they didn't even exist.
Right.
Well, yeah, of course.
That
image.
Like
the guy who said, "Give me your best one out of your burn book,"
and I'll judge it.
Yeah.
Like an Olympic judge.
I keep wanting to say Jake Mizorowski, but that's a baseball player.
No, that was Moskowitz.
Moskowitz.
Okay.
Yeah.
My mom had a surgeon named Moskowitz. We will not speak further on that. Yeah, he didn't think that after breast surgery, women needed pain medicine.
Well, that image of her with the victim standing behind her and her like
With her
rifling
back
through
to
her
them.
papers, just so distant from.
That's going to be the photo for her obituary article.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's iconic.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of obituaries, Jesse Jackson passed away.
Right.
And Mike Johnson refused to allow him to lie in state in the rotunda. I can't remember, did they do that for what's his name that was assassinated?
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
I was just wondering. Miramar Martinez, shot 5 times by Border Patrol, survived, released from hospital for 3 hours. After 3 hours or for 3 hours?
Yeah, she was in the hospital for 3 hours, and then they after being shot 5 times, they thought that was enough recovery time that they took her into custody.
Anderson Cooper quit CBS News.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I have
kind of forced out.
Yeah, like Phil. Well, and plus, CBS News is going down anyway. But I still have, I like Philip, have mixed feelings about people just quitting instead of trying to fight the good fight. On 2/17, Trump threatens to
Well, wait a minute.
issue what?
I have something to say about that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I agree. Yeah, I do. But I feel like in his position, the CBS News has become completely inconsequential, and they've really eliminated themselves from consideration as a serious
He's got
news.
nothing to do there.
Yep.
And so he'll take his fight, maybe independent media, or he's still with CNN, right? So I don't consider him giving
parent company.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but I just feel like Anderson Cooper, he's not giving up so much as maybe Marjorie Taylor Greene, who actually was in government and had an opportunity to continue to fight this and decided that it was too much for her to bear at that point.
And I do want to say,
never really had to work a day in his life if he didn't want to.
Yeah, right.
A frivolous aside, yummy.
Who, Anderson Cooper?
Yes. Oh, he's yummy.
Okay. Well, I don't think he'd be
because
interested.
Anderson Cooper, if you're not by, I will be your hag if you need one.
Yeah, because I actually stopped.
I volunteer as tribute.
News. I actually stopped watching CBS News altogether.
Right.
Right now it's between NBC and ABC.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I also look in at PBS NewsHour.
Yeah.
I still, on occasion go to PBS NewsHour and take a look and see what they're reporting.
Yeah. Well, of course, the big news in media and CBS was Stephen Colbert. He was going to have State Representative James
Tellerico
on, and got a phone call from CBS's lawyers right before the program, threatening him that if you do the interview or even mention the interview, I don't know what the blowback would have been for him, but their
it would have been the FCC.
Mm-hmm. So that still there may be a battle there still brewing, I guess, but because Colbert, in true Colbert fashion, kind of went on the air and did exactly what he was told not to do, and talked about it extensively, and then actually did hold the interview after the regular show and posted it on their YouTube channel. And my understanding, they gained more views on that than they would have ever got on their, on the network. So
and
I'm sure Anderson will, if he wants to, he'll have another show.
Yep, and the thing is too, right after Colbert went live and told America what the hell was going on, the suits in the CBS suite started playing Damage Control
Yeah.
Oh, we never told him that. That never even happened.
Bullshit.
Who's the shitbag from the Epstein files that CBS hired as a contributor, and they refused to fire him?
Attila, something like that.
Attila, yeah, Attilla.
Yep.
So
and
obviously,
now you actually, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I did. At Ohio State, students are now protesting, and they want Wexner's name removed from the medical center on the Ohio State campus.
yeah, Lex Wexner.
Yep.
Was it Les? Is it
Wexner.
what is it? Les Wexner?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Did you get the Silver Sow Award for radio newscast?
Yeah, we should. But it's arguable
News Talk Award.
He's like, aside from Trump, Wexner is probably the biggest reason why Epstein became rich and powerful to begin with. He gave him millions and millions of dollars. In this deposition he did last week, he's like, tried to distance, like, oh, I barely knew him. I didn't see him for 8 years at one time. And, just really tried to distance him. But he's another domino to fall in this mess.
Yeah.
Yep.
Aaron, wasn't there like a silver sow or some kind of cow award?
WKRP. The Silver Sow and the Buckeye News Hawk Award. Yeah.
Right.
Les Nessman.
Yeah. Les Nessman. You know what? I would kill for some Les Nessman coverage today after some of the bullshit we see from the reporters that are covering this stuff.
Right.
In that vein, I will say I don't always watch the news, but when I do, it's Comedy Central.
It's Les Nessman.
Les Nessman. That would have been good. Oh yeah, try Rodriguez.
Remember the episode when Sparky went on WKRP? That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
My wife's been on a WKRP kick. I've watched that one recently.
Did you?
Yeah, the sad part is every time I mention that I'm from Cincinnati, first thing I hear, oh, WKRP.
That's all I know about it.
That's not a real radio station. I hate to tell you.
Well, they actually think it's just a real radio station, or
yes,
are they mentioning the TV? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, is it real? Okay. It is kind of loosely based on a real radio station, but very, very loose.
Oh,
yeah. Yep. And the thing is, it's based on WKRC, who at the time was actually an ABC affiliate, even though WKRP aired on CBS.
Yeah.
But as far as I could tell, the creator isn't from Cincinnati at all.
Nope.
That's okay. My favorite episode, NESTLES, chocolate is the very best. Nestle.
Isn't it the commercial?
No, it was Bailey in the episode where everybody acts the opposite because Mama sent
Mama Carlson.
Yeah, she sent up Mama Carlson sent a guy.
I thought your favorite episode was the turkeys.
No, that's yours.
Oh, okay.
No,
I'm
my
sorry.
favorite by far.
Share a brain.
My favorite by far. And if you just tuned in, the Pine Mall has just been bombed by live turkeys.
Yeah, right. Oh, humanity.
That's Philip's favorite too. No, you know what? My favorite one is the one where they blow up the transformer, and they thought they were going to blow up the station, so they moved the guys to the transformer to do the shows.
Yeah, I remember.
And they weren't in there because somehow the phone got destroyed, and Johnny Fever was afraid of the phone police because for some reason, and he believed there were phone police, so he dragged. They quit. They turned it off and they left. He and darn it.
Venus?
Venus, yes,
Okay.
Venus flytrap.
I'm down to 10% battery, so I don't know how much longer I'll be on here.
Okay. Well, let's rock a few more of these news stories here.
Right. Let's get back to the show.
Kristie Noem, it was revealed this week that she flies around in this like ridiculously opulent sex. What's somebody call it? Air fuck one. Because her and Lewandowski, it's got a big bed in it, and it's got like a wet bar. It's got like different rooms and stuff like that.
Now, what's blanket? I'm going to call it Blanket Gate just for the hell of it.
Blanket Gate?
Yeah. There was a mechanical
I don't
issue.
know.
There was a mechanical issue. They were forced to change planes, and the pilot left Kristie Noem's blanket on the original plane. When Lewandowski found out, he fired the pilot. But then when they found out there's no backup for him and that they couldn't go anywhere, they told him to get a commercial flight home, and then they had to turn around and hire him back.
Right. I wonder if they fired him again once he got him back to whatever their destination was.
I don't know. That'd be hilarious.
I didn't hear anything.
But that's just an example. Again, they're living on military bases as well. Members of his cabinet are, I guess, to protect them from the angry mob of Americans that they're,
afraid or coming for
ripping off and pissing off. But another story that never goes away is the January 6th disaster, the insurrection that was caused by the president. He released 1,500 people, of course, without any regard of the degree of just as if they were all committed the same crime that he did not consider a crime. No degree.
Yeah, and then during his campaign, he was like, "Oh well, I wouldn't release violent criminals."
But these stories keep coming out of the woodwork, and I wanted to bring attention to someone named Andrew Paul Johnson. I actually did a reel about this. He was released. He was actually part of the insurrection. He was caught inside the rotunda. He was sentenced to a year in prison by Judge James Boasberg in 2024. Of course, when Trump came along, he released him. This shitbag has basically he's been convicted already of molesting a child, sexual misconduct against a child. So he's going back to prison.
People all the time.
Right. Yeah, right. So it's just another example. Anytime somebody tells you that ICE is about getting rid of pedophiles or that the president is not protecting pedophiles, it's not just these millionaires, it's these insurrectionists. Some of these guys have been given jobs in ICE. A lot of them have been given jobs in ICE.
Yeah, Oath Keepers and Proud Boys. But also keep in mind, guys, that there was a GOP gubernatorial candidate recently that was arrested for being in a female minor's room, sniffing her panties.
Yeah.
Ew.
It's happened. Yeah, it's going to continue to happen because the people that did this, a lot of them, they weren't just swept up in the circumstance. They were actually criminals, and the president is giving them immunity and the emboldening them to act on their crimes, thinking I'll never be held accountable. And the other thing about this guy, and there's this thought that they're due reparations. I guess the president or people from the administration have suggested that they'll get a payout someday for having put up with the indignity of being arrested. So he promised his victim, this Andrew Paul Johnson, promised his victim that he would leave his full $10 million reparations payment to them after his death as a way to lure them into this disgusting crap. But
right. And on that note, also recently there was a report that members of ICE are now complaining because they never received their $50,000 bonus.
Yeah, and they're not gonna.
Nope, ever.
Well, they will in 5 years or whatever.
5 years.
Oh, okay.
What's that tell you? ICE in 5 years should be.
You have to stay 5 years to get the bonus?
Yep.
Okay. Because UC has something like that.
That's just one of the conditions. There's a lot more conditions for that.
Yeah,
but
University of Cincinnati has something like that for nurses.
Well, I mean, what's the size of ICE going to be in 5 years? We're probably going to have a Democrat. With any luck, we'll have a Democrat in office in 5 years, and I'm sure it'll be scaled down, way down. I would hope, if not completely eliminated. So they may never get their $50,000. But
well, not only that, but with the fact that the Department of Homeland Security, they're basically defunded because of the partial government shutdown.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and then another major thing that's going on right now is they're constructing 23 different warehouses to be detainment centers for you know.
And then at what point are they going to run out of immigrants? And my thing is, if they're worried about these immigrants, why are they focusing on, because of the Biden opening the borders, why aren't they focusing on people who came over after that? Why are they picking up people who've been here for more than 5 years?
The long-term plan,
8 years or whatever.
The long-term plan is not just immigrants.
I know.
It's political enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm aware.
They're concentration camps, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there has been hasn't there been rumors that are going to be outfitted with incinerators? I mean, that's a dark thought. But
I have to wonder,
Well, that's I mean, that is that's
no,
that's
but
the rub,
I mean, you're
it?
saying it's a rumor, okay? Yeah. And there's a lot of people who feel like we're pushing a Nazi agenda onto this regime, and there are parallels to what happened in Germany before the concentration camps and people being incinerated.
Well, okay. Anyway, maybe it's irresponsible to bring that up, but I don't, okay. I did hear that, and I apologize if that's taking it too far for some of us, but
I think it's important to mention the Trinidadian family that is suing the U.S. government for wrongful death. Chet and Rishi were killed in a boat attack in Trinidad. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, the suits, Civil Authority Act, there is no immunity on the high seas, according to Jeffrey Stein.
Right. This immunity that the administration enjoys does not necessarily apply to the boats that have been blown out of the water, ostensibly for narco terrorists. Mm-hmm. There's no international immunity for these crimes, these murders.
Which I think that is a really great thing, because it tells other families, and there's quite a few, that they can sue the U.S. government. Then there's for 217, Trump threatens to issue an executive order enforcing voter ID restrictions, federal voter ID restrictions, if the SAVE Act fails.
Right. If it doesn't get through,
in which it's going to.
Yeah.
Hands down, it's going to fail, and again, epically.
Yes.
But this is his contingency that when it fails, it's in the Senate right now. The Senate, I don't think they have enough votes in the Senate to get it done.
Yeah.
No. Nope.
But when it fails, Trump has this executive order that he's planning to implement.
And I'm absolutely certain that they already have the lawsuits written up.
Oh yeah. And California, now, the question I can tell you right now, California isn't going to give a damn.
Mm-mm.
They're going to continue with mail-in ballots, which I've been doing for the last few years now, quite a few years.
We did mail-in ballots when we had Lois living with us. We did put Trump on her ballot. But what is
every California voter gets a mail-in ballot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, they send them to us, but we don't always use them. We have been lately. The last few years we've been going. Well, we lived less than a mile away from the county voting seat.
Yeah.
So we would go there because on voting day, they usually didn't have that many people
All right.
on the day of.
From previous experience, if we're going to do
Easier
the
to mail
fuck up
it
in
in
a
and
fortnight, we're going to have to really have to go through it fast here. So, fuck ups of the fortnight. Tariffs overturned versus Pam Bondi's disastrous House hearing. Aaron.
I don't think overturning the tariffs is a fuck up, so I'm going to go Pam Bondi.
Okay. How about you, Will?
Yeah.
I got to go with Pam Bondi. I mean, that was the most horrific display. I mean,
Of junior high ridiculousness.
Embarrassment. It was a national embarrassment.
Well, okay, so the framing of the tariffs overturned is that, from the perspective that Trump is doing this bullshit to begin with, that was a mistake. That was the fuck up. But that aside, I'm going to make it sweet. Pam Bondi. Okay, so RFK Jr. toilet seat snorting versus Linda Davis's death due to ICE's aggressive pursuit of her.
I got to go with the death on this one.
Yeah.
Did Linda Davis die? I thought she survived.
No.
No? Okay.
She was killed in a car wreck because ICE
Oh,
her and chased her.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, I've got to agree. Yeah, dead Linda versus RFK, who won't die apparently.
Well, it just demonstrates the collateral damage that ICE is doing. Not only are they directly shooting people, they're there harassing people and causing mayhem when they have no business being there to begin with.
Yep.
Only 4 workstations present to check the Epstein files, causing massive, obstruction. You can't really, the reps, when they go in there, they really don't have time or the facility.
They're making it as difficult as possible.
Yeah. Versus the DOJ firing Virginia lawyer after swearing them as a district attorney. Now that's a true fuck up right there.
Yep.
They do that every time.
DOJ.
Every time the lawyers approve that the DOJ doesn't want, within hours they can. I think they tweeted, "You're fired." Got this guy right after.
Yep.
Only, I think I'm going to go with the workstations.
Okay. I'm going to go with you too, Lisa. I'm going to go with you on that.
Okay.
I'm going with the workstation too. Explaining the other.
What about you, Will?
I'm going to go with the DOJ.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, they're going to obstruct and do everything they can to keep power, basically.
Still just a temporary appointment. It's only going to last 90 days or whatever.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Last matchup of the first round. Kristie Noem firing the pilot who failed to retrieve her.
Lewandowski fired him, actually.
Yeah.
Well.
Versus erasure of depositions of Epstein victims.
Erasure.
The erasure.
Yeah. Lisa?
Erasure.
Okay. So.
I know you can't hear me.
We lost Aaron. He must have ran out of power.
He said erasure.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw one. Well, no, I'm not, because the erasure, that's a weighty issue right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're not getting satisfaction at all from
the
administration. So.
Period.
All right, here we go. Round 2.
Pam Bondi embarrasses the nation versus Linda Harris dies.
Oh, that's a tough one, guys.
Mm-hmm.
As much as the Linda Harris death is, I got to go with the embarrassment and Pam Bondi on this one.
Yeah. Well, and especially when she refused to look at the victims.
Well, not only that, she refused to answer questions. She insulted every member of the Democratic.
Right.
On the Democratic side, she embarrassed or she basically insulted all of them, to where Jason Moskowitz was like, you know what? Give me your best shot and I'll judge it like an Olympic judge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was her best shot for him? What was her best shot?
She never gave one.
Oh, okay.
She had her burn book, and so it was evident. It was obvious she was reading from that because some of her clapbacks were so canned. Like when she talked about, she just burst out, "The Dow is up 5,000. Raskin, you should know. You played the stock market," and it had nothing. His question had nothing to do with that.
Everyone with
Well,
the
not only that,
retirement
but she was
plays
like,
the
"Well,
stock market.
did you ask Merrick Garland these questions when he was sitting here? Did you ask this person when they were sitting here?"
Yeah, but
It
then the
was
thing is,
pathetic.
it should have been a very, very important hearing because we're talking about the lives of these women. You know, the lives, caring about, you know, justice for these ladies.
But then again, when it comes to the Epstein files, when has anyone on the right ever taken this seriously?
Never.
No.
Other
I'm
than
gonna get-
Thomas Massey.
Right.
The one thing I will say about Harris.
Well, and I will say Marjorie Taylor Greene.
The one thing I'll say about Linda Harris is that it was.
I've been saying that she is.
And Boebert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Linda Harris was a woman of color, and she was also not caught on film. So I think it's important not to lose track of, you know, of people.
We need to list all the victims. Next time, I'm going to put together a list of everyone who was, everyone, not just Americans.
Mm-hmm.
I like that, Lisa. All right, so but I'm gonna go with Pam Bondi too, just because it's such a wide range, such an important and wide-ranging issue.
And we send our condolences to Linda Harris's family. You know, it's
absolutely,
it's not okay.
So again,
it's just not okay.
Our final matchup on the second round is the workstation obstruction, the basic obstruction of the Epstein files. As the reps try to see them, versus erasure of the deposition of the victims of Epstein.
I'm going to go first here. The erasure of the depositions, I think, is more important.
Absolutely.
For this reason, because these were original depositions that they had from forever ago.
Yeah,
and they were the ones that called for it.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the fact that they didn't like the outcome of it, we got to get rid of this.
Right.
We can't never let this come to the light of day.
Right.
Yeah, they continue to.
Yeah, and I feel like the statement "too big to fail" needs to be stricken from the vocabulary of the world.
Absolutely.
All right, so our ultimate fuck up for the fortnight: Pam Bondi versus erasure of the depositions.
Pam Bondi.
Okay.
I got to go with depositions.
I think both of these kind of work in conjunction with each other. They're kind of part of the same apparatus.
Can we call it a tie then?
If you want to call it a tie, okay.
What do you think?
It can't be a tie. There's three of us. I'm going to go with Pam Bondi also.
Okay.
So, all right. So Pam Bondi will live on in infamy. Will live in infamy for this terrible moment that she had this last week. All right. Well, it's been it's been a pleasure spending time with you and Aaron again, and
Absolutely.
We'll see you again in a couple weeks, where we'll hopefully have better news.
If at any point you feel like going to a movie, we saw Crime 101 today, and it was good.
Yeah. Let me stop the recording and we talk about it a little bit.
All right. Okay. Actually, before we go, I do want to express my condolences to the family of Willie Colon, who was a pioneer in salsa music. We lost him today at 78. Vaya que Dios, mi amigo.
Absolutely. All right.
All right.
I'm just going to stop it without an outro.
Okay.